What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tundex. It's been a long time since I've posted. Sorry, it's a vertical video. If I do it horizontally, it's gonna be very strange. I am on my way to work right now. I've definitely have not made a video about, well, anything recently, but definitely nothing about video games. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Switch 2 reveal and all of that stuff that's going on right now. I think, honestly, the Switch 2 reveal, the Direct itself, is really good. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun games that are going to be there. The tech on the console seems to be finally meeting the standard. I mean, 8 years late, but they're finally meeting the standard. They're getting a lot of third-party support. There's some cool games that they're doing first-party, like that Donkey Kong. Honestly, I was a huge fan of DK64. I've been wanting a new 3D Donkey Kong game for the longest time, and it's good to see that he's getting some love. Metroid being able to play at 4K and 60 frames, that right there, that's huge, because a lot of games, I don't think there's many games that do that. You have to trade the frame rate when you go to the 4K mode for a lot of games that I've seen. And I think it was 1080 and 120. Being able to do that kind of stuff, and I think it's a little bit lower resolution if you're doing it handheld, but still, it's really good that they have these options, and to be able to do 120 frames on a handheld, it's really nice. They're doing some really good things, and the camera integration into games, that Mario Party with the camera integration looks amazing, to be real with you. And the mouse controls, that opens up so many possibilities. Can we please get Kid Icarus? Can we please get Kid Icarus? Because that would be perfect. Kirby's Air Riders. What was that? The Dusk Bloods, the FromSoft game, aka everyone's saying Bloodborne 2. So many awesome, cool things are coming to the Switch, and the fact that all the third-party support is there, it's amazing. Nintendo is going to be doing great things, and they have support from the other people now. And with the way that technology is, even from the PS4 to the PS5, yeah, there are details and stuff that look a lot better on the PS5, but the leap from PS4 to PS5 was not significant. And now the Switch is basically jumping two generations themselves, because let's be honest, the Switch was behind a generation. Nintendo's been behind a generation since the Wii. The last time they were actually in line with everyone was the GameCube. They have been behind since then, and now they're finally catching up. I don't know what the industry is going to do in the next few years, because, you know, the PS5 has already been out for 5 years. Yet some of the new games they release still go to the PS4. Just saying. But yeah, with things not moving that far from the PS4 to the PS5, I don't really see the gap getting too big. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see about that. Let's talk about what has everyone pissed off right now. The price. Honestly, $449 or $450 for the console. I was kind of expecting something like that, with the market the way it is right now, and with the things that are going on politically that some people wanted to vote for. Yeah, I kind of saw it coming, but the thing that is kind of weird is $80 for Mario Kart. Mario Kart looks amazing, by the way. I really want to play the game, but $80 for Mario Kart, and $70 for Breath of the Wild upgrade, and $80 for Tears of the Kingdom and Kirby. It's a little it's very expensive. It's not even a little expensive. And it's kind of reminding me the pricing and how it's not consistent. Kind of reminds me of the N64 days, because I remember games being like $74.99 and close to $90 for some games, while some were $40 and some were $60. It was the Wild West, and that was when I was in middle school, and I didn't really understand the concept of money. But that's also when my uncle used to take us to GameStop, and we would trade in games and to get new stuff. And we got in so much trouble when we did that. But that's when I really started to see the prices and start to understand a little bit of the concept of the money and how much you got to pay for stuff. But it was like that back then, where some games were really expensive and some were not, and it just depended on what they wanted to price it at, and it was very, very strange. Here recently, we've been getting back to keeping things consistent across the board, and $59.99 for most Switch games, $69.99 for Breath of the Wild was not Breath of the Wild, sorry, Tears of the Kingdom kind of threw everybody for a loop. But Nintendo has generally been the one that's a bit cheaper. I haven't really thought about the $69.99 games, because I'm not only a Nintendo user. I have a PlayStation, so I've been used to paying $70 for some games. So seeing Nintendo go to that, I thought that would be the standard, because that is the current standard for the market, since they are actually in the current generation now. But $80, I don't know about that. I don't like that. Now, one thing that I wholeheartedly believe is that part of that increase is anticipation of Trump tariffs and them kind of padding things in. And I know some people are saying, oh no, because that's the international price, and it costs this much here and it costs this much there, and blah blah blah. You're right, it does cost a lot of money everywhere, but Nintendo, I don't know, maybe they're trying to make up for the cost of these tariffs as well, and it's affecting everyone worldwide. I don't know. I'm no economist. I don't know how things truly work, but I truly do believe that part of this is the tariffs and them anticipating that, and trying to make sure that they still make a profit on whatever they are putting out there. Things that I can't defend, again, the inconsistency. Why is Donkey Kong 70 and Mario Kart 80 and Tears of the Kingdom 80 and Kirby 80? Why do we have to pay for the tech demo where you're literally walking on the Switch 2 and learning about the different things in it? It doesn't even seem like it's going to be a fun game like even 1-2 Switch or Wii Sports or something like that. It's not even something innovative. It's like, hey, I'm going to walk on the console and walk to this little kiosk and get information. It's a tech demo. Why are we having to pay for it? Before anybody says anything, yes, 1-2 Switch was a paid game. I get it. But for a download only tech demo that's not even technically a game, I don't get it. That one doesn't make sense to me. And I know a lot of people are complaining about the Switch 2 upgrades that you can do to the Switch games that you have. Again, while I get the frustration, my thing that I'll say is Kirby and what's the other one? There was Kirby and Mario Party. Mario Party specifically has so much extra content that actually uses the camera, the mouse functionality, and adds a bunch of different modes to the game. Mario Party being a paid upgrade to the Switch 2 justifiable. I have no problem with that because I'm getting a lot of extra content. Kirby, you're getting some extra DLC, no problem, depending on the price, and they haven't told us that yet. Things that is just giving you visual and fidelity upgrades, I'm not so much for that, even though that's already the standard in the market now for PlayStation. But most of the time, if you already have the game and they make a PlayStation 5 edition, you can upgrade for $10 if it's literally just visuals. So I don't like it, but if it's $10 and it's just the visuals, that's okay. It wouldn't hurt me too much. Now, with Zelda, Breath of the Wild specifically, being $70 if you get the Switch 2 version, it better include the DLC, but because you can upgrade your own version, I don't think that it's going to. So that's very greedy of Nintendo. It's like it's a little bit of both. They are being greedy, but I also think some of it is being affected by the tariffs and whatnot. So I don't know, man. I want to support Nintendo. I would love to get this, but man, everybody's struggling. I know for a fact I am. I have medical bills I'm trying to pay. My mortgage just went up. I got other bills to pay. It's a struggle right now. Being single and having a house is not for the faint of heart. So it's a lot going on, and then hearing about this, like, I really want it, but I'm definitely not using a credit card to buy it. And I don't know, man. I don't know. The hype from the Direct, though, was just instantly killed when people went and saw the prices. I don't know if this is going to be another 3DS for them, because 3DS on launch was very expensive, and then nobody bought it. And then after nobody bought it, those suckers who bought it ended up getting the Ambassador Pack and got a whole bunch of free games downloaded onto the console, and then they dropped the price by like $150, I think. And then once they did that, the 3DS sold so much, and it was such a successful console. So I don't know, maybe this will happen again, but $450 and $500 and $80 games in this economy? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Just tell me what y'all think. I'm not happy about it, while I do kind of understand some of it a little bit, but I don't like it. I want to see what they are going to do for the pricing of the Switch 2 upgrades, because I really don't. If it's like $30, it's gonna get real hard to defend Nintendo for that. Don't get me wrong, I'm no shill, but I'm just saying, for a lot of the people who love to defend Nintendo on everything, the Nintendrones are gonna have a hard time defending a $30 to $40 upgrade on a game that you already own. I don't know. Nintendo is really testing the waters and doing some suspicioso things. Okay, you gonna let me over? You are letting me over. Thank you, friend. And now you're all in the way. People can't drive. It's gonna be really interesting, to say the least. I just want to see what they're gonna do. But if you don't think that Microsoft and Sony are paying attention, and different publishers like Rockstar, if you don't think they're paying attention right now to the prices and what happens in the market, something's wrong with you. Nintendo could definitely cause all games for everyone to go up. So let's be careful with our money here. Let's talk with our wallets and not just blindly give them money. The only way I am going to get the Switch 2 is, for one, if I can get the pre-order for the Mario Kart bundle, and if I can, I'm gonna trade in my Switch for one. I have 2 extra Switches actually. If I could trade in both of them, that'd be marvelous. But I'm gonna trade in my Switch and try to get the Switch 2 that way. If I can't do that and save up some money, I'm just not gonna be getting it, and I'll just be waiting. And they're still releasing a lot of things all the way into 2026 that are going to be on the Switch as well. So it's not that you're going to be missing out on too much. Donkey Kong and Mario Kart, obviously. Donkey Kong comes out in July. Mario Kart's out on launch. You'll be missing those, but you're not going to have a hard time finding Mario Kart. It's always going to be around. And I feel like they're going to push Donkey Kong a bit as well. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But anyways, I am going to get off of here. I hope that y'all have a good one. And yeah, tell me what you think. Are you going to get the Switch 2? Do you think the prices are ridiculous? Do you think it's just the brokies who can't afford it? Most of the American people, honestly, because things suck right now. But I ain't gonna get into that. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.